Join Nationwide 90 FM live for an outside broadcast with Cliff Hughes Online on Wednesday, July 15, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Separat's Danvers Pen facility in St. Thomas. Be there as the Jamaica Dairy Development Board under the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining officially distributes 400 heifers to dairy farmers across the island as part of the government's emergency recovery initiative following Hurricane Melissa. Hear from the Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Floyd Green, along with key stakeholders as they outline the government's recovery efforts and long-term vision for a stronger, more resilient dairy sector. Join Cliff Hughes for insightful interviews, expert analysis, and live coverage from the heart of this important national initiative. Tune in to Cliff Hughes Online Wednesday, July 15 for a live broadcast from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. from Separate's Danvers Pen facility in St. Thomas. This broadcast is brought to you by the Jamaica Dairy Development Board.
Start that one, yeah. Like how Martin Luther King would have started. My dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream. Tell you my dream is to live my dream. Hear the most I in me sleep when me sleep. Tell you my goal, my goal, my goal. All of my goal is to reach my goal. Live a happy life, put it on me headstone. Nobody no fi cry over me dead. Look at me now, when them treat me less than gold. Put me in a box like a rectangle. Oh oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. I me just tell you my life. Where them used to go round me, go round. No one used to come round me. My life was so lonely. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Me a take.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Public. It's not Public Opinion. Those are the days, though, wasn't it? You remember when Public Opinion was its own little thing? Whoa, man. We've evolved since. This is the comment section now, man. And we are here on a wonderful Tuesday evening to talk that talk. I tell you what, this is probably what Lamine Yamal and those guys were playing after winning today against France. Who saw that coming, man? Shaloy did. Shaloy, my wonderful co-host, who is still on leave, but she has not left Spain behind. That's her team. And now she's going straight to the World Cup finals. Ain't that something? And when she comes back here next Monday, she'll probably be celebrating a World Cup victory. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy. Anyway, speaking of crazy, it's been quite the day, folks. It has been quite the day. World Cup is back. We've had the first match of the two semi-finals to determine who's going to meet in the finals for the FIFA World Cup 2026. Spain defeated France 2-0 today. Who saw that coming? Again, not me. I literally thought France was going to win. And then tomorrow, the next semi-final, the second of the two, will be Argentina taking on England. So we're going to see if the British can bring it home or if Lionel Messi will be going to his second straight World Cup final. Should be an interesting time. But we're switching gears because for Public Opinion, we're not talking about football. We're talking about an incident that took place this morning. Now, in Tivoli Gardens, the Tivoli Gardens community, the MP for West Kingston, Desmond McKenzie, was on the scene of what was a shooting incident in the community. And during the incident, a dispute between the security forces and one of Minister McKenzie's constituents. And unfortunately, he was pepper sprayed in said incident. There was a video being circulated. You could see him using milk to try and, ease the burn and all of that stuff. According to the JLP, he is fine and he was in Parliament today. As a matter of fact, he probably still is inside there right now, but he did get medical checks and he's doing all right. But quite a bizarre incident, yeah? An MP being pepper sprayed. Well, we thought it was bizarre, and so we're asking you today, what's your reaction to Desmond McKenzie being pepper sprayed by lawmen? As always, we start off with Facebook. And when we went over to Facebook, we found 3 very interesting comments. Michelle Bernard says, I don't believe he was purposefully pepper sprayed. I do think he got caught up in the crowd whilst the police was using it to disperse them. And that is, according to our sequence of events, what took place. Minister McKenzie was not the target. believe there's an altercation. As I said earlier, there's an altercation between one of the lawmen and a constituent. And I believe what I'm hearing is that the constituent ran behind MP Mackenzie. And the pepper spray was sprayed and the MP got caught in the crossfire. If we keep going, Don Barnett says, according to the report I heard, the actions of the police involved are totally unacceptable. And Herman Harris says it's this one police officer has made a bad impression across the entire JCF. It's clear his de-escalation went through when his anger took reign. So those are Facebook's reply to what's definitely been one of the more bizarre incidents I've seen in my time in journalism. An MP getting pepper sprayed right in the eyeballs, man. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. But yeah, persons I'm seeing in the YouTube chat starting to roll in. I see David Nabar, I see Errol Townsend, Noxley as always, news commentator as always. Good to have you all here. Let's go over to another social media platform. I just mentioned Noxley a while ago. He was on Instagram and he says, my reaction is shock and serious concern. Regardless of his position, Desmond Mackenzie is a citizen, deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. The bigger issue for me is that if a senior government minister can allegedly be pepper sprayed by lawmen, what does it say about the experience of the ordinary Jamaican who has no title or influence or with no cameras watching? At the same time, we must hear the full account from everyone involved and allow a proper investigation to determine what exactly happened. Alpha Nisha says, maybe now they will look into the issue of excessive force that persons complain about. It seems as though no proper training is taking place at these so-called training schools and raises the issue of having senior cops go through periods of training again. How can we call for conflict resolution and de-escalation in schools when those who enforce the law don't know how to do so without causing harm? Who is going to be tasked with teaching and speaking to the kids? One bad apple spoils the whole bunch, because if you can't talk to your colleagues, I don't know. So that's what we have over on Instagram. We do have one little comment on X that we're going to read real quickly. I'm going through the YouTube chat right now and everyone's being cordial. It's very nice to see. I'm seeing a lot of good evenings. That's always nice to see. But when we go over to X, Betty James, we found, she says, allow the police to do their job without interfering. Luckily, he did not meet his maker. That's crazy, man. So, folks, that's what we have so far on public opinion. And it's just such an insane situation, isn't it? Because it's like, I'm trying to think as an MP what I would do. Because like Desmond's a real one for not like resigning like because that would have been too much for me, man. To be honest with you, that would have probably been too much for me. If I was an MP and I went to respond to a situation in my constituency and I got pepper sprayed, I would have walked up right to Mark Golding. I'd have walked up right to Andrew Holness and be like, listen, man, this MP stuff too much for me, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. See, look at my eyes, party leader. Look at my eyes. They're red, full of pepper, running. Well, I can't do this, man. This MP work too much for me, man. It's too much for me. And granted, this is a rare situation, but that's the point, yeah? I mean, who could ever imagine an MP getting pepper sprayed, man? It's crazy. I don't know what I would do it besides wince in pain, honestly. I really don't know what to tell you, man. And he went to Parliament that same day. Listen, man. No. That's crazy. Member of Parliament getting pepper sprayed like that. I'd have to resign on the spot, bro. I'd have to resign on the spot. That's when I would have known right then and there that I wasn't built for this life. I wasn't built for representation because that's what he was doing. Yeah, he was there representing the constituents, and push come to shove and all of these things. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. But here you must stop picking just a few comments. Let me tell you something, Philip. It's very interesting you mentioned that because there were some wild Facebook comments out there. There were like 100 of them, and I could only pick out like 3 decent ones. They were saying some madness in there. And don't get me wrong, public opinion, you can speak your opinion, but some of them comments are just crazy, not fit for public airing. So I get what you're saying, Philip. Trust me. But I couldn't read all of them, man. I could barely read any of them. Someone saying, was the police officer wearing a body-worn camera? I know they said it was being worn by some. I don't know, man. No, but news commentator, I'm not being extra. Like, what reason would I still have to be doing my job if I got pepper spray, man? That would have been it for me, man. Everybody has a fuse. Yeah, everybody has a fuse. Everybody has a limit. That would have been mine, man. I'd have call Andrew Holness and Mark Golding right there and be like, listen, I don't want to do this no more, man. This is the end of the line. This is the end of the road. All if I did September 3 moving the seat, it would have been a short. It would have been a short run. I'd have just told them it's been real. I gotta go. I'm not trying to do this no more, man. You're gonna have to call a by-election. You're gonna have to tell Glasspool Brown to get his guys down here, or we're gonna do this again with somebody else that's not me. Cause it can't be me, man. It can't be me no more. If I get pepper sprayed, I'm resigning on the spot, bro. I'm gonna have to just find a new line of work. It's as simple as that. I'm not exaggerating neither, man. That would have been it for me, bro. I'm not built for that life at all. Pepper sprayed, you know. Mahiri, I think it was an accident. I also think it was an accident. I doubt anyone would ever pepper spray Desmond McKenzie deliberately. Based on my account of the situations, it was somebody else it was meant for. But I'm telling you, man, if so much as one particle of that pepper spray hit my eyes, that's it. What am I still doing my job for, man? Tell me, what am I still doing my job for if I'm getting pepper spray? I could not do it, bro. People, like, listen, man. The person saying I'm being extra, I'm really not. I'm really not. Like, I couldn't do it, bro. I don't know how much clearer I need to be that if I got pepper sprayed as an MP by accident or on purpose, that would have been the end of the line. That would have marked the end of my term as any representative, anything. But I wouldn't even be a councillor after that, bro. That would have been the end. I'm not built for that kind of stuff, man. Pepper spraying sounds like a terrible time. I've luckily never felt it before, but it didn't look pleasant. And I don't want to be on the receiving end of that, whether by accident or not. Yeah. But folks, that's definitely been public opinion for today. And what a public opinion we just had. Yeah. Pepper sprayed MP. I literally don't know what to say, man. I can't make it any more clear. That would have been it for me. And that's it for this segment. I'm going to take a quick break. And we're going to find out what's cooking on the socials.
Jamaica, we have been tested before, and every time we rise. Together, we will rebuild stronger, safer, and united. Hope lives here. The time by the office of the Prime Minister is...
It's 7:15.
Need to make a change to your title or need a title? GeoLand Title Limited is the place to be. They do lost title application, add and remove names from titles, wills, estates, first-time registration, land surveys included, affordable rates and flexible payment options, National Land Agency adjudication and land titling waivers available. They have 8 locations island-wide. Call 876-754-6436 or visit their website at geolandonline.com. GeoLand Title Limited. Secure your land, secure your title.
Mega Mart, best value by far. You can get it all here at Mega Mart. Mega Mart, best value by far. You can get it all here at Mega Mart.
My Mega Mart, the best value by far. My Mega Mart, the best value by far.
A voice you love returns home. This August, afternoons on Nationwide on air and online will never be the same.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Limited, Jamaica's leading distributor of industrial automation and control solutions.
Welcome back to comment section. It's time for What's Cooking, brought to you by Cleasing. Big up Cleasing every single time. Before we get to What's Cooking, there's some more responses to our public opinion in the YouTube chat. Someone was saying, Mahiri, you wouldn't leave. You wouldn't give up the perks. I absolutely would give up the perks of being an MP. Listen, man, I don't care about no salary increase. Listen, if so much as one of them particles touches my eye, that's it. I don't know how much clearer I need to be. I would resign. Like, oh, Mahiri, What if you were a journalist and you were you were on the scene and somebody got pepper sprayed? If you hit me, I'd have to stop being a journalist too, bro. I'm not trying to get pepper sprayed ever. Ever. I don't know how much clearer I can be. Noxley gets it. Noxley says, Mahir, you were built for public opinions. As simple as that, man. Because, let's mess this up. What am I supposed to do? Because the reason Desmond McKenzie was there is because he's a representative. He went there to represent his constituents. I can't not do that. If something going on in my constituency and my people call me up and say, hey, MP Stewart, we need you, bro. It's turmoil down here. You need to come and quell the air. You need to come and quell, you need to, simmer down the situation, MP. And I haul on my best suit and I go down there and I get caught in the crossfire. Like, I'm clearly not built for the job, man. I'm not built for that life, bro. It's as simple as that. I would have resigned on the spot. There'd have been a by-election the next day because I'd have been out of there, bro. Everybody has their limits, man. That's mine. I'm not getting pepper sprayed ever for nothing. Mahir, you have to stand up for the people in good and bad times. Now, there's good and bad times, and then there's the worst possible time. And being pepper sprayed to me is the worst possible time. That low key sound worse than getting shot on the lowest of keys. But that's public opinion. We're done with that now. We're talking about what's cooking. And what's cooking is the World Cup. Spain won. Spain are going to the World Cup coincidentally for the first time. The World Cup final, rather. They're going to the World Cup final for the first time since 2010, which is the first time they had ever been to the World Cup final ever. So this is going to be their second ever World Cup final, and it may very well be their second ever World Cup win. They might be 2 for 2 in World Cup finals. And how did they do that? They did that by beating the Kylian Mbappe-led French team that was destroying the competition leading up to this semi-final. I had France winning this match, man. Listen, man. Spain has been a great squad, but they haven't been exerting the same dominance that France has been on their opponents. Yeah? Spain beat us 1-0 back in the group stages. They drew with Cape Verde. I could never see France drawing with Cape Verde, man. So when I see the dominance that France showed compared to the dominance Spain showed, I was like, listen, man, France got this. It's not going to be easy. This is going to be the hardest match for France, and it was. But I thought they were going to win. They just didn't, man. Poor Tana. Tana took it like a champ, I must say. She wasn't here, but they were trying to poke fun at her in the group chat. And she took it on the chin, man. She was laughing and everything. So she took it well. And the Spain supporters are Lisa Andrade. She was walking all over the place with the flag, waving it everywhere. And I don't know, say Shaloy, my wonderful, faithful co-host, was having the time of her life today on leave, watching her team advance to the World Cup final. So much so that she sent me a voice message that she wanted to play on. So even in her absence, you can all hear her reaction to what took place. Do we have that message?
Mahiri, you can play the voice note in the comments section later. Listen to me. Y'all would have been sick of me. Q, are we still a win? Alright? Let me tell you. Friday night, a lot of listeners in the comments, a lot of the YouTubers, Shaloy, we know that Spain is a great team, but France will what? France will what? Nil. Oh, didn't even score one. France didn't even score one. Spain dominated the entire game. Spain dominated. I am so proud of them. I'm so proud of my side. You know, if I did me a host later, you know we sang about a select. And we still a win because we've been a win, we're still a win, and we're a go win.
Well, that's the first lady of comment section, Shaloy Smikle, reveling in her team make. I tell you what, man, I mentioned it today. Shaloy actually beat every single co-worker that tries to stand in her path. First it was me, and I wasn't even really in Shaloy's way, because I was in a group stage. Shaloy didn't have to beat me to get through. I needed to draw with her, and I couldn't do that, so I was out. Then she beat the Portugal people, them. I know we have Portugal people here. I think Bugs is one of them. He got destroyed, cooked. Then it was Bucky and Belgium. Shaloy destroyed Bucky. laid waste to him. Would never even bust a sweat. And then today, big bad France, out of the way. Straight to the World Cup finals. So my thing is, I don't think we have that many English supporters here. Maybe George. And I know we have Argentina supporters. Not many. I know definitely our producer Sonia Stewart supports Argentina. I know for a fact Diana does. I think that's about it. I think. But I can't remember any right now. But she could very well go 5 for 5. She might actually be 5 straight groups of nationwide employees in her first World Cup that she didn't even care about before the World Cup started. And now look at Shaloy. She a whole analyst. Shaloy is a literal football analyst right now, man. And I couldn't be prouder, man. It's just been so wonderful watching Shaloy understand the passion behind sports in real time, man. I see people in the comments talking about Lamine Yamal. Let me tell you something, man. Lamine Yamal's that guy, man. He turned 19 today. Is today his 19th birthday or was it yesterday? But yeah, man. Such a young lad. And you know what? You know what's coincidental? He reminds me of when Kylian Mbappe was in the World Cup final against Croatia in 2018. And he was the youth. And now Kylian Mbappe is here. Must say 7, 8 years later. And he's getting beaten by the new youth that's running football, Lamine Yamal, who you're seeing on the screen right now. But it wasn't just him, man. Yarzabal scored. Like Spain's just been great, man. They got Cucurella on the defense, just kicking the ball away every chance they get. Spain keeper was very good today, man. He went through a lot. They kicked him in the face like 2 times. Yeah? All these facial injuries today, man. It's not a good time to have a face right now, bro. Crazy. But, yeah. The World Cup's going to keep cooking. We have tomorrow's big game, Argentina and England, to determine who's going to the final. But not just that, but to also determine who's going to take on France in the 3rd place game on Saturday. So stuff is still on the line, even if you lose the semis, yeah? So can't wait to see how that goes. That's what's cooking on the socials. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to tell you my comment of the day.
What's Cooking was brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Limited, Jamaica's leading distributor of industrial automation and control solutions.
Portmore New Testament Church of God, celebrating 50 years of God's faithfulness, presents the Kevin Downswell pre-album launch worship experience. One night, one glorious worship encounter. Sunday, July 19 at 6 p.m. Victory Tabernacle, Bayside, Portmore. Gates open 5 p.m. Tickets pre-sold $3,500, VIP $7,000, pay-per-view $2,500 on SpurOpen.com or $4,500 at the gate. Children 12 and under, $1,200 at the gate. Tickets available at the Portmore New Testament Church office, Hope Line Pharmacy, Edgewater Medical, and Truly Me Weddings. Portmore New Testament Church of God Jubilee at the Kevin Downswell pre-album launch. There will be surprises.
Morning after morning, you've made Nationwide 90 FM part of your routine. So let's take this connection one step closer. Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club and be part of it officially on Patreon.
Family, I miss that family.
Welcome back to comment section. We're winding down here on the program, and it's time for comment of the day. And my comment of the day is news commentator J.A., because I don't think she's getting it, folks. News commentator says, no, Mahiri. You have to stand up for the people in the good and the bad, and that includes tear gas and gunshots. And I'm here to tell you, news commentator, it's not for me, man. It just can't be for me at that point, bro. It'd be one thing if it was, listen, all the politicians I've spoken to in my time of being a journalist, when they talk about the 80s and what was going on back then, I could take some pepper spray back then, man, because it was crazy. The politics was nuts back then. So I can see, I would be prepared to take some pepper in my eyes back then, at the very least. Yeah? I'll probably get grazed by a bullet or something. I'm like, you know what, man? It comes with the job, man. Not in 2026, man. Not in 2026 when we got what? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Where's that restorative justice at, bro? I'm sorry. Like, I can't get pepper sprayed news commentator. That just can't happen to me, bro. I'm calling it quits right then and there. I'm going to take off my jacket, my tie right there while I'm dusting off my eyes. I'm like, you know what, constituents? It's been real. But I don't think I'm cut out to represent you all clearly as I sit here with my eyes red, welling up with water because I got pepper sprayed by accident. Nuts. Could have never be me, man. I'm sorry. I that couldn't happen to me, bro. I would not want that to happen to me. It sounds like a very bad time. But what's good in all of this is that Minister Mackenzie is indeed A-OK. His eyes seem to be quite fine. And, we just move. We see what goes on from here on out. I'm sure we'll be covering it later in the news. If there are any other developments in terms of what happens to the officer who did it, we'll see. Yeah, we don't know the full story right now. But we can only tell you what's happened up to this point. But folks, it has been real. I'm not saying that as a faux MP. I'm saying that as the host of Comments Section. It's been a real episode, man. I've just been here yapping this whole time. It's been quite fun. Yeah. This show was this show was brought to you by our producer Sonia Stewart, our technical engineer Andrew Glenn Anderson, our video editors Jasmine Kennedy and Demar Williams, and my younger brother Akil Stewart for the Comment Section theme song. Shalois Michael was winning right now. She might just win next Sunday, and she might just make a grand return on Monday. We'll see what happens tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Till then.
Right now, say we're winning right now. Then forget that trophy to what we living right now. Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now. Our Thanksgiving right now. Cause we're winning right now, yeah.
Beat the heat with Fontana Pharmacy and ATL.